Hi everyone, and welcome back to my reptile room. It still looks like a mess, but one day it won't. And when that day comes, you can be part of it. So before we get into today's video, I just want to quickly say that over there, my filming area, there's going to be a bunch of names written on the wall, and your name can be on that wall. So if you want to be involved in the pet room, if you want to be involved in future videos, because you get to see your name, it takes $1 or more. I wanted to include as many people as possible in this process, so the monetary threshold is just $1. So if you donate $1 or more, your choosing, then your name or whatever name you choose will be on the reptile room, literally in the reptile room. I'm going to handwrite it on the wall, and you'll be part of this reptile room forever. I thought this was a really easy way to allow you guys to be part of this process, because so many of you have been with me for so long now, and I'm seeing this dream actualized. I think including you guys is a big part of that. $1. Leave your name in the description of where you donate, whether that be PayPal or Cash App. I'll leave all the details down below. If you leave that $1 and you leave a name, you can leave as many names as you want. You can leave your family name, you can leave your Instagram name, your pet's name, whatever you'd like, as long as it's not an obscenity, and it will go on that wall. So I want to thank you so much if you do that, and if not, that's cool. You can just support by watching the video. Now let's go ahead and get to the renovation. It does not look like this at the start of the video. Enjoy! Welcome once more to my future reptile room. What have we done today, Ben?
We got like almost 2/3 of the carpet up. And
well, before that, we
took care of this pile of
There was
debris.
a pile of debris that was from the ceiling and the walls that you guys saw in the last video that was taken upstairs so we can be thrown out for big trash day. And then, go ahead, Ben.
Then we started pulling up the carpet, which has been pretty easy, and then the carpet padding, and now I'm taking off the tack strips with my handy hammer.
Oh, I guess I can take this off now. What did we find? Well, don't do that right now.
Oh.
What did we find under the floor?
Some sort of tile.
I also haven't updated about the electric. The electric has been done too. So we have a total of 9 outlets down here. Big shout out to Ben, because he was the one who was here for the electric visit. I was in Granger at my home. So we have an outlet there. Actually, I'll turn this around for y'all. So we have an outlet here, and if you notice, all the outlets are in the middle of the wall because I'm sure you... Anyways, as I was saying, so if you're a reptile person, which I'm sure you are if you're watching this, you know that it's really annoying to have outlets down here when you have lights up here. So we have fixtures in the middle of the wall. We have a total of 9 of them. Oh, Lord, I almost tripped over that rug. Pretend that didn't happen. And then so... there's the rest. There's another one over there. There's another one over there. There's another one over there. And then there's a final one right here. There's also an outlet in the ceiling, which is like pretty interesting, but it was to get a third light fixture in here, so that happened as well. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. We now have brand new, all the outlets are brand new, all the wiring is new. Everything is perfectly safe for the reptiles. We had a full check down here of all the wiring. So everything is good and safe, which is most important. I will put in a time lapse of us cleaning up the floor and then also of us tearing up the rug. But this is where we're at right now. This is definitely not the end. We have to take the rest of the carpet up and also take the carpet outside. And then after that, we have to have HVAC, drywall, figure out the flooring, figure out the ceiling. So we got quite a bit of work ahead of us, right, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, we're almost fully demolished with the electrical in, so that's, step 1 and step 2 are
electrical is a big step because it's obviously extremely necessary for reptiles. Oh, no, 2 separate breakers.
That's correct.
Yeah,
They're
so
split half and half.
Yep, they're
On
split.
one side, 4 on the other.
Yep, so everything has been done safely, which is really important for the reptiles. And some people might think, like, Jessica, you have 70-something reptiles. How is 9 outlets enough? Well, a lot of those reptiles do not need heat lamps, like arboreal, like geckos, like crested geckos, gargoyle geckos, leachianus gecko, etc. And also, the cool thing about using a lot of like Arcadia lights is they daisy chain. You can have 9 or 7, depending on the wattage, lights hooked up at once. So that's pretty nice too. But I'm currently using 9 outlets at home, so that's how I measured how many I would need here. And then I spaced them out based on where enclosures are going to be. So yeah, I will give you guys a proper update as more develops. But right now we're in the thick of it still. Much construction occurring. Say bye, Ben.
Bye.
Bye for now. So like I prefaced, here we are taking out a bunch of the trash. So we actually did this a couple times. We had the very first big trash day, and then we had our second big trash day, and they didn't actually take this trash, which we'll talk about later in the video, but it was a lot to bring up. And this is before we even took the carpet up. We just had to move this to start the carpet process. But then, of course, after we picked up the carpet, there was a ton of carpet to bring upstairs too, and we still hadn't fully demoed the basement. So there was just so much trash, so much junk, so much building materials, so I guess I should say so many building materials to come out of the basement. Honestly, I feel like I thought taking apart the basement was going to be like the easy part, because you don't really have to be like really good about measurements, you don't have to be gentle, you know, it's just like, oh, this thin wood paneling and carpet, whatever, rip it out. I have to tell you, I think putting the basement back together is going to be easier than having taken it apart, because there was so much stuff that had to be taken out. And then of course, while we're taking apart the basement, we're finding interesting things, you know, like this flooring we did not expect to find underneath the carpet. We don't know what it's made out of, so we're testing it for asbestos, and it's really broken apart in the corners where the tack board was for the carpeting. So I don't know if it's salvageable. We're really not sure what we're going to do with it yet. It's fairly likely that we just cover it with something else, and that something else will not be carpet, because I don't want to have carpet in a reptile room. It is so annoying to try and clean carpet when you're spilling water or dropping bugs or spilling dirt. It's no. I'm so happy to not have carpet in a reptile room soon. End of the night progress. Now we know what the floor looks like. And you've got tacks up over here.
Yep, all the way this whole middle
and
section.
over here too.
Yep.
All right, high five. Let's get out of here.
Okay.
All right, Ben, you want to tell us what you've been doing down here?
I was pulling up the carpet and the carpet padding and the nail strips. Now I'm just kind of brushing them all into a pile so we can put the flooring in.
So this is carpet here. That's carpet and padding over there. And then we've got, of course, a plethora of enclosures. Literally so many. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 11 that are not assembled. Yeah, so. And the refrigerator for the pet room as well. That you had to work around, so thank you for that. We had nowhere else to put them. When we took apart the basement, we weren't sure what we were going to find, and so we found a lot of the studs were not usable, so we had to replace a lot of them. Enclosure stacked over here to be out of the way for drywall. All that has to go to the dump. It's old carpet and pieces of studs that had to get torn out. We've got Ben has put in studs along this wall, all the new pieces, well, that one's obviously not attached, but yeah, the problem is he has to like take out all these weird old half ones that are just like dangling in the wall, so it's taking a while, as you can see. That's where all this came from. So yeah. All right, Benjamin, tell us what we did today.
We added / removed some studs. You can tell which ones are new, right? They're obviously lighter, so
yes,
they have to be 24 inches apart. So now we've got 24 inches all the way around.
We're not done though.
We're not done. We've got to finish up that windowsill over there and make it.
Yep, and we gotta rip out that little closet thing.
Yeah.
And so you can see here's a lot of the old studs, and then I cleaned up, moved all the carpet to one spot. That bag is full of like dust and tacks and broken pieces of floor. So it's still messy, I'll have to soup again, but we wanna get everything tidied up to have drywall done in a few weeks. You ready?
I'm ready. Yep. Okay.
Got it? It's literally just like there's nothing. It's just pew, a shirt flies over.
I wanted to get your video pulled for nipples, so.
So since you came down here, why don't you tell us in a minute or less what we're doing over here?
Okay, so this garbage
Yes,
has to come off.
that's right.
And and then we're going to frame out a little box like 6-8 inches out, so from here to here around the main drain going out of the house.
Yeah.
And we'll put DD on it.
That's right.
And that'll hide this whole mess.
Yeah, so I can't stack enclosures like that'll be on the floor in front of this because they'll be sitting this far out into the room. They're already like 18 inches deep enclosures, or sometimes 24 inches. So it would just like be breaking with the, like everything's gonna be sitting against the wall, and all of a sudden there's this jutting out point. So instead I'm going to use this as a place to put a TV, which is actually my brother-in-law's idea, because he said like for future people to know there might be something important behind this or that it should be braced or whatever, we're gonna put wood so that the TV can be mounted into that wood. So that's what's gonna happen tomorrow. Are you excited?
So stoked.
Okay, so a progress update. So this has been framed out. Ben and I did this today, mostly Ben. I mostly just stand there and hold things. And in between holding things, I dry lock. So this entire wall, minus the last 2 or 3, have 2 coats, so they're good to go. These need more. That wall needs more, but I want to make sure I have enough. Also, the roller wouldn't fit in between here, so I'm going to have to find a way to like shimmy the roller sideways. I'll come back to that later. And then we put some framing down here for a door, and Ben framed over here. So Ben framed all back there. Mind you, everything that's on the walls had to be vacuumed, so I have the vacuum here to then vacuum this wall and then start to dry lock that one, which is taking its sweet time, and I'm very tired, and so is Ben. He's upstairs starting to cook dinner while I continue down here. Oh yeah, Ben had to demolish all of this. There was like a weird panel wall still here that had to come down. So it's horribly disturbing to look at, but it's like the water that connects for the city, so spooky. So yeah, that had to be demolished up to like, it was still up to here, so all that had to be taken care of. And then it was a mess with the wood. We had to like make a piece that was you can see it's a whole mess. And then what else did we run into down here that had to, back here had to be demolished a bit. There was like still drop ceiling and some stuff in order for him to get back there and do those studs. But yeah, it's been a lot of work. This is all the foam that we put up tomorrow. Tomorrow also, Ben and I have to frame out around this. Okay, so update, this center stud that we needed to use right there is crooked. Like it doesn't even lay on the ground flat, so it's not going in here flat, so we have to get a new one. I have gotten this far with the purple board. You can see it's not glued down yet. I'm just cutting everything and then I'm gonna glue it down one at a time. It's taking a long time, but luckily I'm down here by myself now, so I can get it done with a quickness. Ben is about to start carrying some of this stuff, or breaking it down into smaller pieces and then carrying it upstairs, because all this has to go to the dump. And he's not excited about it, so you know, 1 like equals 1 prayer for Ben. We've got insulation everywhere. We are done. Well, I mean, not back there, but we are done. Look, finally, great success. If my face looks pink to you, it's because it is. I'm exhausted. So all these are done, right? That entire wall up to here, I think's the last one I did. And then Ben is on his lunch, and then so we had to haul. God, my face is so pink. It happens every time like I exert myself. You should see me when I work out. This probably looks like I'm dying. But there was a huge pile of stuff here, if you remember in the other clips. That is all upstairs in the driveway now. And it was carpet, and it was nasty, and it was heavy, and it was wood, and there was fence panels from the old fence on the one side that had to get taken out there. So we're just Prepper B. So I'm gonna take a minute to like stop sweating so profusely, because I hate sweating, and also to go take a clip outside to show you guys how much stuff's out there. My God, my face is so pink. So then I have to start with this panel, and then I have the rest of this wall, and then I have that wall. Really isn't taking that long. It's a little annoying because I have to like push up top, and I'm a shorty, so I'm like, yeah, you know, jumping, doing my mad hops, which are not, I don't have mad hops, just so you know. But yeah, let me go show you guys how much stuff is out there on the curb. Okay, so there's the stuff that they didn't take on Big Trash Day, and there's everything else that we just put there. Okay, all the trash has been picked up, and now getting back to installation. And you hear the dogs roughhousing upstairs. Only problem is I don't have any more sealant. We ran out. So I have this last wall to do and nothing to use. Hi everyone. This is going to be the closing of this video because it's already getting kind of big, so I'm going to do drywall and flooring and ceiling and all that in a separate video. But we're at the point now where there's nothing else to do before drywall. We have the insulation, as you can see, all the insulation in the outer walls, and we have all the framing done. Every light colored piece of wood you see is new framing that had to be put in. And Ben, of course, did that. I mean, I helped, but he did the most of that work. Even back there, we had to put a bunch in. So, yeah, I mean, it's really coming together. It's been a lot of work. It's a lot of work to take apart a basement and then put it back together. Like, it is a stupendous amount of work. And we just had some trash picked up that was the last of what was in this basement. So the last of the walls, the last of the carpet. Of course, you've seen in this video the electric got done too. It's just really coming together. And honestly, I think when drywall gets done in 2 weekends, I'm gonna feel really emotional about it because I don't know if I've expressed this, but like having this reptile room, having a fully renovated space for the reptiles, having a space where all the reptiles are, like first and foremost in a basement, because I have forever been afraid of, you know, damage befalling them from a tornado, because I can't move 70 reptiles in the span of like 2 seconds, you know. That's how tornadoes hit. They hit really fast. So having them in a basement, especially since I live in a tornado zone, makes me feel extremely relieved. On top of that, having a space where they all fit, they can all have upgrades, and this space over here that's coming out from the wall, I'm gonna have a TV. I'm gonna be able to sit and relax and enjoy my pet room. I have not been able to enjoy my pet room for such a long time because it is literally full of animals. They're sitting on the floor, they're in racks. As you know, what I do is I take in a lot of surrenders, adoptions, rescues, and so when you do that, you do run out of room over time. And just there's so much that I've wanted that I've been limited by space. And then of course, when I finally get to move to Michigan, I'm gonna start the 501c3, do educational outreach. I'm gonna have a better filming setup. My filming setup is over here. Of course, it doesn't look like a filming setup yet. But right here, this wall, right here, there's no outlets. This is going to be my filming setup. It's just going to be like the backdrop. I'm going to have a bunch of reptile artwork, a shelf, and things like that. And that's where all the names will be. That if you've donated $1 or more to me for the reptile room, your name or whatever name you choose gets written. So it's going to be there for everybody to see in every video. And it's just, I can see the vision so much more now. It's a long way to go, don't get me wrong, but I can see the vision, I can feel it. I also love the work. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I think a lot of people don't like renovating houses. I like renovating houses. I like decorating houses. I like painting. I like renovating. This has all been an extremely fulfilling process for me. It has been tiring, yeah, to like go home and take care of a bunch of reptiles, come back on the weekends and work on the house. But I have to tell you that I don't know, I find it joyous. Like I don't find it to be a bad time most of the time. So I just wanted to express my gratitude, my excitement, and I'll see you guys in the next one, which will include drywall, the next vlog that is, you know, basement related. Thank you all for watching.